Welcome grade 8, I am Sir Wawi, your ever-curious science buddy. Today for our week 2 vlog, we're diving deeper into the amazing world of matter. But this time, let's zoom in and discover the subatomic particles. And I know that you are already familiar with the three subatomic particles, the protons, the neutrons, and electrons. So stick with me as we explore their mass, their charge, and role inside the atom. Okay, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga latest science video ko. Ano po? So let's start. Our topic for today is about subatomic particles and the structure of the atom. Okay, the nucleus and electron shell, the properties of the subatomic particles, the interaction and significance of subatomic particles, interactions within the atoms, okay, the significance and particle arrangement. Yan yung ating focus ngayon. Napakasimple lang nung week to. Actually, kayang-kaya ito ng 2 days or 3 days, mga mamansir, pero medyo palawakin natin. Okay, you can create your own activities or self-made performance task. Pwede tayong magpagawa ng mga models, okay, ng atom structures using clay and etc. It's up to you. So here, ayan, so for our learning competency, the learners draw the structure of an atom in terms of the nucleus and the electron shells within an atom and differentiate the subatomic particles, the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons in terms of their symbol, mass, charge, and location within an atom. Actually, this learning competency is included in our week 1. Pero sabi ko nga, na-touch lang siya ng konti. Pero dito natin siya i-fully discuss sa week 2. So for our learning objectives, identify and label the subatomic particles in each atom diagram. Okay, magkakaroon tayo ng labeling later kung alin ba doon yung proton, neutron, and electron. So, okay, standby lang kayo dyan. So, describe the properties of protons, neutrons, and electrons. So, what are their properties? Their mass, their charge, their location in the atom, their symbol. Okay, so for the third one, explain the significance of the arrangement of subatomic particles in an atom. Do you think that there are effects, okay, on the arrangement of particles inside the atom? May effect ba yun sa overall ng atom? Let's say for example, if a protons changes, okay, or the number of protons changes inside the atom, nagkakaroon ba yun ng effect? Or let's say if the number of neutrons is increases or dumami, kumonte, may epekto ba yun sa atom? Titingnan natin later. So next, draw the structure of an atom including the nucleus and electron shells. So later, yung ating gagamitin diyang model. Ano ba yung gagamitin kayo nating model para ma-drawing ang atom? So next, compare and contrast the properties of protons, neutrons, and electrons in terms of their symbol, mass, charge, and location within an atom. Discuss how the arrangement of electrons and shells influence the chemical properties of an element. Okay, so that's the learning objectives. Yun yung goal natin for week 2. At napakadali talaga nung lesson na to mga anak. Hopefully, mas dali din sa inyo. Ayan. So for our first activity, it's a review activity, Science Pictionary. For our objectives, to review and reinforce students' understanding of key science concepts by identifying them through visual clues. And we have our PowerPoint presentations. For the instruction, the teacher, okay, will show a picture related to a science topic previously discussed in the class. Okay, students will examine the picture and recall the concept, object, or process it represents. The third one, students will provide the correct answer when called, serving as a quick review of the lesson. Okay, so magbibigay lang ako dito ng pictures and you have to observe and describe the pictures, okay, presented based on our discussion last week. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so the first picture, we have this one. How can you describe this picture? What is the name of the model or this model? Okay, the name of the model is known as, okay, indivisible particle. Sino ngayon nag-present na yan? We have, okay, Democritus of Abdera or Democritus, wherein he believed that these particles are incutable or indivisible. So, ano namang year siya na propose? Year proposed, 400 BCE. Okay, and for a short definition for this model, matter consists of small indivisible particles called atoms, wherein this atomos is considered or Democritus believed that these atoms are uncatable, indivisible. Okay, but ano po yung kanyang demerit? Ano yung kanyang lapses sa kanyang pre-propose na model? Wala po kasi siyang scientific investigation or evidence or experiments na binigay. That's why, okay, na-discredit yung kanyang what do you call this, idea. Okay, yun yung isa sa mga reason kaya na-discredit ang idea ni Democritus. Second, okay, what about this one? Okay, name of the model, we have solid sphere model or also known as the billiard ball model. Proponent niya is the father of modern atomic theory, no other than John Dalton. Year proposed in 1803. And for a short definition, atoms are solid, indivisible spheres with unique weights. Okay, indivisible spheres. Okay, next, what about this one? Okay, ayan, it's known as the plum pudding model proposed by Joseph John Thomson or J.J. Thomson. Year proposed, okay, in 1904. Okay, electrons embedded in a positive charge sphere. Parang pudding yung buong tinapay is positive, and then yung mga electrons like raisins, yung nakabudbud na mga raisins, which is the negatively charged particle. And ano nga yung experiment na ginawa ni J.J. Thomson? Okay, for this model, we have the cathode ray tube experiment. Correct. Okay, so next, what about this one? Okay, for the name of the model, we have nuclear model. Okay, ano nuclear model? Okay, proponent, we have Ernest Rutherford, and year proposed in 1911. Okay, atom has a dense positively charged central nucleus. Merong positively dense charge, okay, central nucleus. Ano nga yung positively dense charge na nasa nucleus? The proton. Okay, that's why Ernest Rutherford is also credited for discovering the second subatomic particles, which is the proton. Okay, next. What about this one? Okay, so name of the model is the planetary model proposed by Niels Bohr. Year proposed in 1913. Okay, electrons orbit nucleus in a fixed energy level. From the word itself, it's like a solar system. Ano kaya nga planetary model wherein the nucleus is considered as the sun, the center, and electrons, the planets that revolve on it. Okay. Next, napakadali namang explain ng ating model na to. So, for the next one, we have, okay, so we have name of the model, we have quantum mechanical model. And the proponent, no other than Erwin Schrödinger. And year proposed or year it was proposed, we have, okay, 1926. Okay, and for a short definition, electrons exist in the probable regions called orbitals. Okay, probable regions called orbitals, or yung regions in other references, tinatawag din na electron cloud. Okay. Okay, so sa ibang references, ang tawag natin doon sa orbitals is, or regions is electron cloud, wherein in an electron cloud, doon naka-embed yung mga electrons. According to this model, we cannot predict the exact location of electron within an atom. Okay, that's why it looks like this. Kung may papansin natin sa model, ang nakikita lang natin the nucleus, which is consist of the proton and the neutron. But the electron, wala tayong nakikitang electron kasi nga unpredictable yung kanyang position within an atom. Okay, according to quantum mechanical model. And this is the latest model of atom that we have right now. Okay, so hopefully refresh tayo sa mga models ng atom. Proceed na tayo sa second activity, a journey of the atom. It's a review also. Okay, for the objective to review and reinforce students' understanding of the key scientists and models in the development of atomic theory. So we have our PowerPoint presentation, and of course for the instructions, read the story carefully and think about the scientist or concept that fits each blank. Write the correct name of the scientist or model in each blank space provided. Then third one, check your answers after completing the activity to review important atomic theory milestones. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so it's a fill in the blank activity. So sasagutan natin yun based on the statements or that we have. So let's start. Okay, the journey of the atom, fill in the blank story map. A long time ago in the early 19th century, a scientist named blank became known as the father of modern atomic theory. His ideas formed the foundation of how we view atoms today. Sino ba? Okay, yung tinaguriang father of modern atomic theory. No other than? Okay, we have John Dalton. Correct. Okay, so you're correct for this one. Next. Okay, so years later, another scientist, Planck, discovered the electron through the cathode ray experiment and introduced the famous plum pudding model, imagining the atom as a sphere with electrons scattered inside like raisins in a pudding. Okay, so sino nga yung gumawa ng cathode ray experiment na naka-discovered or nag-propose rather ng ating plum pudding model? Okay, correct. We have what? Okay, it's ayan, Joseph John Thomson, or famously known as J.J. Thomson. Okay, so next, then came Planck, who conducted a legendary gold foil experiment. To everyone's surprise, he discovered the nucleus, leading to the nuclear model of the atom. So, sino nga ulit yung nag-propose ng nuclear model? We have, correct, okay, it's Ernest Rutherford. Ayan, so next. But the story didn't end there. The discovery of the neutron was made by Planck, okay, completing the picture of the particles inside the nucleus. Who again discovered the neutrons? Okay, so we have correct. You are correct, James Chadwick. So next, later, Planck proposed the planetary model of the atom, where electrons orbit the nucleus in fixed paths, match like planets around the sun. Okay, so sino nga nag-propose ng ating planetary model? Okay, it's Niels Bohr. Okay, so finally, Planck developed the quantum mechanical model describing electrons as wave-like and introducing the concept of electron clouds rather than fixed orbits. Sino nga yung nag-propose ng quantum mechanical model? We have, you are correct. Okay, we have Erwin Schrödinger. Okay, so hopefully naman is refresh tayo dun sa mga proponents, especially the models, the experiment. Kaya pa naman kaya naman natandaan. Ang dami na nating ginawang activity. Ayan, so for activity number 3, exploring the parts of the atom. So this is it. So we will explore now the parts of the atom. So for the objectives, to reinforce students' understanding of the subatomic particles in an atom by identifying their characteristics and locations through an interactive guessing game. So we have a PowerPoint presentation. For the instructions, listen carefully as each subatomic particle introduces itself with clues about its charge, location, and role in the atom. Try to guess which particle is being described before the answer is revealed. For the third one, after the introduction, watch the animation that shows the particle's movement or position within the atom and label the parts correctly. Okay, so let's start. Okay, who am I? Exploring the parts of the atom. So as you can see, we have a negative sign in that. Okay. And then, the circle that you can see on the right side, it is known as the electron shells. Ano po? Electron shells. So meron tayong dalawang electron shells dito. Okay, or orbitals diyan. So meron tayong dalawang electron shells or orbitals na makikita. Okay, so magpapakilala muna daw yung isang first subatomic particle. Sabi daw dyan, no? Okay. Next, who am I? So, I am a subatomic particle in an atom. Okay. I carry a negative charge. Negative charge. I am found outside the nucleus moving in the electron shell. Okay, so tingnan natin yung position niya. Okay, nandyan daw siya, oh. Moving in the electron shell. Okay, so what particle is being described? Okay, you are correct. It's electron. Okay, so next, what about this one? Ayan, who am I? Sino ba siya? Sabi niya, I define the element's identity by number. I carry a positive charge. I am a subatomic particle found inside the nucleus. Okay, who am I? Sino kaya siya? Positive charge, nag-identify ng elements identity. Let's say, isa lang siya. Okay, pag isa lang ganyan, it's hydrogen. Pag dalawa, helium. Ano kaya siya? It identifies elements identity. Okay, yung position niya inside the nucleus daw. Okay, so anong po siyang subatomic particles? Okay, you are correct. It's proton. Take note mga anak, the proton identifies the element identity. Pag isa lang ang proton, kayang-kaya nating hulaan kung anong element yan. It's hydrogen. Pag dalawang proton, it's helium. Pag tatlo, lithium. Okay, so and so on and so forth. Okay, kung ano yung number, okay, ng proton, yun yung identity ng atom. Okay, na pwede nating hanapin sa periodic table. Nakabili na ba kayo ng periodic table? Okay, so next. Okay, sabi dyan, who am I? So, wala po siyang charge, Okay, walang positive, walang negative. So, I add mass and help stabilize the nucleus. Okay, I have no electric charge, neutral. I am a subatomic particles found inside the nucleus. Okay, who am I? You are correct. Ano kaya yan? It's neutron. Ayan. So, similar yung position ng proton and neutron. Parehas silang nasa nucleus. But the electron, nasa electron shells or outside the nucleus. Tatandaan. Okay. So, understanding subatomic particles. The first one, we have electron. The location of electron, okay, electron can be found in electron shells or orbitals outside the nucleus. For the symbol, okay, we have small e. For the charge, -1. And for the mass, it's 0. Okay? 0 po yung mass ng ating electron. Actually, it's 0.00055 AMU or atomic mass unit. Pero ang nalalagay po sa ating mga book, it's whole number na 0. Kasi nga, in other references, may mga nagsasabing books na ang electron naman talaga, it don't add, okay, on the atomic mass or mass of an atom kasi sobrang gaan niya. Okay. So, not totally walang mass. Like what I've said, it's 0.00. It's 0.00055 AMU or atomic mass unit. So, function. Ano ba yung function? Ano ba yung kahalagahan ng electron? Okay, so valence electron determine the reactivity of an atom. Okay, so yung paano po ba sir ma-determine yung valence electron or what is a valence electron? Okay, when we say valence electron, a valence electron is an electron that is found in the outermost shell energy of an atom. Okay, yung pinakadulong electron nasa labas, ang tawag doon ay valence electron. Like for example, this one, we have sodium. Okay, ano po ba yung pinaka-last shell natin? Ilan ang pala ang nakikita niyong electron shell? 3, di ba? Yung pinaka-last shell, ang kanyang bit-bit is iisa lang ang isang electron lamang. Ibig sabihin, ang sodium may isang valence electron. Okay, yung pinakadulo. Ang tawag niya sa outermost electron, yung pinakalabas na electron is valence electron. Okay, example, sodium, reactive, 1 valence electron. Okay, Ne or neon, okay, stable, kasi full ang kanyang shell. Okay, not reactive. Okay, so next, ayan, 1 valence electron. Another, here, in neon. Ilan po ang valence electron ng neon? Bilangin natin kung ilan yung nasa dulo niya. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, ang neon po, mayroon siyang 8 valence electron. Okay, nakukuha. Napakadali lang naman. Another, in addition for this one, what makes an atom stable? Paano ba nagiging stable ang isang atom? Okay, an atom is stable when its outermost electron shell is full of or complete. Okay, so here, okay, we again have sodium and neon again as an example. Dito, okay, makikita natin, sodium, isa lang yung valence electron sa dulo. Ang ating neon, meron siyang 8. Paano sir masasabing complete yung outermost shell? Pag ang outermost shell natin mga anak ay may bit-bit na 8 electrons, they are stable or complete. Pero may exemption mga anak, may exemption. Laging exempted sa rule na to ang hydrogen and helium. Kasi ang kailangan lang nila na electron ay 2 para maging stable. Okay? Next. Questions. Why? So next, we have the proton. Okay. So here, the location of 8 is in the nucleus. The function, number of protons is equal to element's identity. Let's say, meron po akong 6 protons. Anong element yan? Correct. It's carbon. Let's say meron akong 10 protons. Anong element yon? We have neon. Let's say meron ako ditong 3 protons. Anong element yon? Lithium. Kayang-kaya nating ma-determine yung identity ng atom based on the number of protons. Okay, ano ang symbol ng protons? We have, okay, small p. Okay, and for the charge, positive 1. For the mass of the proton, we have 1 AMU or atomic mass unit. Actually, to be specific, ang mass talaga ng ating proton, we have 1.007 AMU or atomic mass unit. Okay, 1.007. Okay, yun yung mass ng ating proton. Okay, and yung bigat or yung atomic mass ng isang atom is nakadepende sa dami ng proton. So, pag dami ng protons, pagbigat ng atom. Okay, so ibig sabihin, yung hydrogen and helium, sino nang mas mabigat daan? Ano? Helium or hydrogen? Of course, helium, kasi ang helium, dalawa na ang proton. Ang ating hydrogen, isa lang. Okay, another questions or follow-up. Sa helium and hydrogen. Bakit mga anak sa mga balloon pag tayo nagpapa-inflate, helium ang nandun, hindi hydrogen? 'Di ba? Ang lightest is hydrogen compared to helium. So, mas lilipad yung mga balloons pag hydrogen yung ating gagamitin kasi mas magaan siya, 'di ba, sa helium. Pero bakit ang ginagamit natin ay helium? Okay, kasi nga yung ating hydrogen, though it's light, napaka-reactive niya kasi. Okay, possible is magkaroon ng mga reactions or delikado siyang gamitin. It's not safe. Ano? Okay, kaya helium yung ginagamit natin. So, meron tayong mga example dito. 1 proton, ang identity niya ay hydrogen. 6 protons, ang identity niya ay carbon. Okay. Next, if an atom has 8 protons, what element is it? Correct. It's oxygen. Ayan. So, atom of carbon, tingnan natin yung atom of carbon. How many electrons are there in the atom of carbon? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons. At ilan din po ang protons ng carbon? Okay. Meron din siyang 6 protons. Ilan din ang neutrons niya? 6 din. Okay. Next. Proceed naman tayo sa neutron. Location in the nucleus. Okay, function, number of protons, elements, number of protons. Okay, hindi ko to napalitan yung ating neutron. Okay, so here, palitan natin itong neutron. Ano, dito mga anak. So, in the nucleus. Okay, so, function, neutrons, add on the mass of an atom. Okay. Okay. And then, for the symbol, N, wala din po siyang charge. Okay. Ayan. Okay. So, okay na tayo dyan. Na-edit ko na. Wala na po tayong, ayan, example. Okay. Sorry for the typographical error. Ano? So, neutron. So, location in the nucleus. Okay, ang function po niya, neutrons add on the mass of an atom. For the symbol, we have N. For the charge, 0, kasi siya ay neutral. Wala po siyang charge. Okay, hindi po siya negative at hindi rin po siya positive. Okay, for the mass of the neutron, 1 AMU or atomic mass unit. Similar po sa proton. Yes, it's like similar, pero mas mabigat ng konti ang neutron because the mass of the neutron is approximately 1.009 AMU. Yung ating proton, 1.007 AMU. Okay, so close enough yung kanilang mass. Okay, next, what happens if there are too many or too few neutrons? Anong nangyayari pag may madami or konting neutrons? Okay, too many or too few neutrons make the atom unstable. Or in worst cases, nagiging radioactive yung mga element. Pag too many or too few yung ating neutrons. Okay, so for example, atom of carbon. Okay, normally, ang atom of carbon, yung common isotopes niya is the carbon-12, meron siyang 6 neutrons and 6 protons. Okay, so location in the nucleus. Okay, palitan ulit natin to. copy-paste lang. Sorry, hindi ko napaltan. Yung ibang nakapag-avail nito, hopefully mapanood at mapaltan. Ita-type lang naman, and don't worry, it's editable naman yung ating mga PowerPoint. Ayan, what do you call atoms of the same element with different neutron numbers? Okay. Ano naman yung mga element or atoms na may the same element pero iba yung number of protons? Let's have an example. It's known as isotopes. Pero magbigay tayo ng example. Let's say atom of carbon. Okay. Ang atom of carbon, ang dami niyang, pwede siyang mag-exist in different isotopes. Pero meron tayong carbon 12, carbon 13, carbon 14. Alin lang ang hindi nagbabago dyan? Ang hindi lang nagbabago dyan is the number of protons. Okay? Carbon or all carbon has 6 protons. Pero yung carbon 12 natin, meron siyang 6 neutrons. Ang carbon 13 natin ay may 7 neutrons. At ang ating carbon 14 naman ay may 8 neutrons. Tingnan natin yung pagkakaiba. Okay, hindi na bago yung element, pero nabago yung number of neutrons. Okay, pag same element, magkaiba ang number of neutron, ang tawag natin ay isotopes. Tatandaan. Okay, kasi may separate discussion naman tayo talaga dito about isotopes. Next, how do protons and neutrons contribute to the stability of the nucleus? Sabi dyan, protons define the element and repel each other because they are positively charged, while neutron help hold the nucleus together through the strong nuclear force preventing it from breaking apart. Okay, so yung protons natin, paano ba nakakatulong sa stability? It defines the element identity, yung protons. And yung mga protons sa nucleus, nagre-repel mga anak. Diba, like for example, like charges repel, positive, positive. Ibig sabihin, dapat lalayo yung mga yun kasi positive, positive. But because of the strong nuclear force and with the aid of neutron, okay, nagiging intact, okay, nape-prevent yung pag-break apart ng mga particles. Okay, may strong nuclear force kasi na parang tali. Okay, para hindi kayo magkahiwa-hiwalay dyan. Ang tawag natin dun ay nuclear force. Pero if you're going to ask me, sir, possible po ba na mag-break apart yung mga neutrons? Okay, or protons diyan? Yes, possible, mga anak. And if that happens, meron tayong mga scenario na nagbe-break apart yung ating mga particles in the nucleus. Let's have an example during alpha decay, beta decay, or gamma decay. And mostly it happens in star formation. Okay? Especially pag na-discuss or pag na-encounter ninyo ang physical science. Madami kayong ma-realize about this. But, hindi yun yung lesson natin. Ayan. So, let's redirect your focus here. Activity number 4. Your sounds look familiar. Okay. So, for the objective, to help students remember and pronounce scientific vocabulary by associating each term with a fun, memorable phrase that sounds like the original word. Okay? Gamitin natin yung notebook and your ballpen kung meron kayo. Okay, listen and repeat the terms and phrases. Match each science word with its fun phrase. When you hear a phrase, shout the correct science word. Okay, example, orbite. Ano kaya siya? Ano kaya yan na word in science? Science word, ha? Okay, it's orbit. Parang ganun lang. Okay, are you ready? Sige. Your sounds look familiar. Knuckle use. Okay, ano kaya? Anong word yan? Correct. It's nucleus. Ngayon pa lang tayo mag-vocabulary. What about this one? Proteins. Okay, it's protons. What about this one? Neutrons? Neutrons, Electrons. Okay, it's electrons. Okay, what about this one? Electrostatic forces. Ano siya? Okay, it's electrostatic forces. Okay, nuclear forces. Okay, ano siya? Nuclear forces. Okay? So, hopefully, enjoy naman tayo dito. Napaka-lame. Ayan. So, for the first word, we have the nucleus. It's the central part of the atom. Yun yung pinaka-center part ng atom containing the protons and the neutrons. Mga maman sir, pwede kayong magpa-drawing ng atom sa mga bata. Okay, sa bond paper para mas ma-visualize na, or sa board, pwede nating i-visualize using the Bohr model. by writing the correct number of proton, neutron, and electron. Kasi magagamit natin din yan sa mga susunod na lesson. Okay? So, next one, electrostatic forces. Okay, pag sinabi nating electrostatic forces, it's an attraction or repulsion between charged particles. If you can recall, in the law of charges, like charge repel and unlike charge attract with one another, which nangyayari naman sa nucleus yung repulsion of protons pero hindi natutuloy because of the nuclear forces. Yun yung strong forces that holds protons and neutrons together in the nucleus. Though may repulsion pero napipigilan because of the strong nuclear forces. Okay. Ayan, so let's have a short summary of our activity. The atom is composed of a central what? Correct, nucleus. And surrounding electron shells, kung saan nandun yung ating mga electron, ano? The nucleus located at the center of the atom contains, ano yung meron sa loob ng nucleus? We have the proton and the neutrons. Electron shells surround the nucleus and contain, ano yung meron sa electron shells? Okay, it's electrons that orbit the nucleus. Next, what about this one? Blank which are positively charged. Ano yung positively charged? Okay, protons. Blank reside in the nucleus and determine the blank and identity of element. Okay. Ano ang charge nga ng protons? Positive 1. Okay. Reside in the nucleus and determine the blank and identity of the element. It's atomic number. Okay, ang tawag natin sa identity or number ng isang element is atomic number. Okay, atomic number, let's say 1. The atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Helium, the atomic number is 2. Okay, so yung ating proton, it also determines the atomic number of an element. Okay, next, blank which have blank are also located in the nucleus. Okay, and contribute to the blank and stability of nucleus. Ano yung nandun sa nucleus natin? Okay, neutrons which have no charge and are also located in the nucleus and contribute to the atomic mass and stability of the nucleus. Next, blank negative charge. Ano yan? Okay, electrons. Ano ang charge? Negative 1. Okay, orbit the nucleus and electron shells and play a crucial role in blank and bonding chemical reactions. Okay, the arrangement of the subatomic particles is significant for the stability and behavior of the atom. Okay, sige. The stability of the nucleus is maintained by, okay, nuclear forces. Yun yung strong forces that holds the proton and neutron together. Ano? With neutrons preventing the blank between protons. Repulsion. Okay? Yun yung piniprevent niyang neutrons. Okay? Yung repulsion. Kaya sasabi ko nga sa inyo, yung mga protons, positive, they tend to repel. Okay? But because meron tayong neutrons and may nuclear forces, napipigilan yon. The configuration of electrons in different shells determine the blank. Okay? Blank of the element. Okay, its chemical properties and the reactivity. Blank or the electrons in the outermost shell. Anong ang tawag natin sa electrons na nasa labas? Correct, valence electrons. Okay, are particularly important for bonding. Like what I've said, valence electrons are important in bonding. It determines the element or atom whether to gain or to lose electrons. But sabi ko nga, okay, meron tayong separate discussion. Okay? So for our formative assessment, okay, administer a short quiz on the properties of protons, neutrons, and electrons, assess the accuracy of students, draw the atomic models, and observe their participation in interactive simulation to gauge understanding. Okay. So what is the charge of the proton? Ano ang charge ng proton? Positive 1. Okay. Where are the electrons located in the atom? Electron shells. Which subatomic particles has no charge? Neutron. What is the relative mass of the electron compared to a proton? Okay, ano ang relative mass ng electron? Much smaller compared to a proton. Actually, yung electron natin is 0 AMU or atomic mass unit or 0.00055 AMU. Okay. How do neutrons contribute to the stability of the electrons? Okay, reducing repulsion. Okay, it reduces the repulsion of protons. Ano? Next, protons and neutrons are in the electron shells. True or false? Ang proton ba at neutrons ay nasa electron shells? It's incorrect. Ano? It's false. Ang protons po at neutrons ay nasa nucleus. Ang nasa electron shells ay electron. Kaya nga electron shells. Ano? The atomic number of an element is determined by the number of protons in each nucleus. True or false? Kakasabi ko lang, it's true. Ano? Atomic number of the element the atomic number of the element is determined by the number of protons. Okay, so what is the significance of the valence electrons in chemical bonding? Ano ba ang significance ng valence electrons? Valence electrons are the outermost electrons of an atom and are involved in forming chemical bonds with other atoms. Okay, so for number 9, ito na lang natin on the spot para makita ng mga teachers kung ano yung mga possible corrections. Okay? So here for number 9, draw and label a simple diagram of carbon atom indicating the nucleus of electron shell. So dapat ganito mga anak ang inyong diagram ha. We have 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. Okay. Hopefully, meron tayong natutunan dito sa ating mga ating mini discussion. Sabi ko nga, pwede natin itong i-discuss within 2 days or mas madali pa. Ano? But the remaining days, pwede nyo po yung mga mamansur ipagawa sa pagpapadrawing ng mga model ng atom and pag-visualize talaga ng mga subatomic particles. Pwedeng board work, pwedeng sa bond paper, it's up to you. Para mas gumana, okay, at ma-visualize talaga ng bata ang structure ng atom. Yun naman ang pinakamahalaga dito sa lesson na to. Yung ma-visualize ng bata yung structure ng atom. And thank you so much for listening.